Yo, welcome to the show, outside show today. Decided to bring the camera outside and just give you an idea if you're in a cold place that summer is just around the corner. So no worries if you're not. Nobody's here for the weather report. We're here for a crypto report. So that's what I'm gonna dive into as soon as I can get this camera kind of steady and I feel like it's focused on me, you know, a little bit rather than shifting around. So hey guys, I'm Chadwick. Good to see everybody. Glad everybody's doing well. Yeah, so the market, right? What's going on with the crypto market? Well, Bitcoin went up to 58, Bitcoin went under 50. It's at 49.4. Ethereum's at 1631. So the reason I say these two coins and not, you know, my favorite like Bitcoin Cash, Dash, Monero, and all the other altcoins that I personally love, just because they're so much more experimental and cool and so much more use cases and all the benefits of those, the nature and those aspects that they all have in similarity. I would say that the reason I said Bitcoin price at 49, Ethereum price at 16, because that is the currency, that is the crypto that is bringing all the new onboarders, right? You know, I know Coinbase has offered some different currencies that you can, you know, stake on and earn interest and stuff like that. Tezos being one with their baking program, and you know, Algorand, and there's some new ones that are kind of generating some interest in the community and have reached pretty large market caps here recently, to the point where I probably will start looking at some of these projects. Tezos has been around for a while. I follow that project, but I mean like Algorand, and there's just a few other newer cryptos that are offering like pretty substantial guaranteed APIs, annual percentage interest. So you know, you get this interest on top of the crypto just for basically holding it and staking. It's called staking. Basically, you're just holding the crypto to verify the network, and you're going to get rewarded on that for staking the network. So yeah, regardless of all that stuff, like people are really kind of concerned right now, and I can tell people are concerned because I talk to different people at my work, and you know, I follow different trends on the internet. I kind of see that there has been some interest recently just because, you know, Bitcoin dropped from 58 to under 50,000. You guys, if you're concerned about that and it either worries you or excites you, it should do a little of both, because Bitcoin and Ethereum are up for over 300% plus for the year, which is, you know, for the typical investor, when something's up that much, they don't really like to even consider it to be something that they would invest in, just because, you know, investors kind of like to try to pile in when the price is low, and they like to kind of try to sell when the price is high. So where I'm going with this is, I think Bitcoin and Ethereum and all the altcoins, we got a long way to go. I mean, we really do. I think this super cycle is really only beginning, just based on a few fundamental elements of the history of Bitcoin, and that being the most important factor in all this. Not the pandemic, not the you know, all the money they printed, not, you know, the Fed just going crazy and just, you know, lowering interest rates, and, you know, Argentina, the Turkish lira, all those currencies kind of being you know, on the downtrend recently. It's a much bigger whole than that, and I can't stress the nature of the wholeness of Bitcoin, which is ultimately, like I call it, the Papa coin. It's like, you know, the digital gold, as people call it. It is like the foundation, the longest chain, and you know, it's like the backbone of this whole crypto community. Even though I personally don't own a lot of Bitcoin, I go back and forth to Bitcoin all the time. I've you know, there's no telling how many Bitcoin transactions I've done, or trades that I've done with Bitcoin. So I am essentially part of Bitcoin, even though I may or may not hold large holdings of Bitcoin, just because I'm kind of a risk taker. I like experimenting with things and kind of seeing how things play out. And I'm a large altcoin holder, if you're watching the channel, and I'm I hold a lot of the altcoins because I think long term there's a large potential and a large upside on some of these altcoins. Hence why I'm wearing a Bitcoin Cash hat. There's more use cases for this stuff. There's more. I'm not saying Bitcoin's going anywhere. I don't want to think or misbelieve or mislead you in thinking that I think Bitcoin's going anywhere. It's the foundation of this stuff. It's the spine of this technological organism. It's like the main part that drives the whole system in an upward momentum and upward direction. So I don't want anybody to think that I'm saying like I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist, because I'm not, but at the same time I am, because it's the whole foundation of this stuff, guys. It's what brings new onboarders on. It's what brings and Ethereum's been kind of shifting its pattern to bringing a lot of new onboarders on. So I love Bitcoin, guys. I love crypto, but minus all that stuff and my personal thoughts on Bitcoin and crypto, really, I guess why you're watching this is because you want to know like the prices and what's going on and stuff like that. So Bitcoin dropping from 58 to 49 is not the end of the world. I see a lot of people online like freaking out and thinking we're just getting warmed up, guys. I told you in the last video, I really firmly believe that Bitcoin is going to start doing these real sharp down and upward momentum shifts, downward momentum, upward momentum very quickly, because the volatility is really what confuses the average trader. And it's written in the computer software to do this, because if we were just going on a steady bull run like we've been doing since December with Bitcoin, that wouldn't be as exciting or enough euphoria really to get things going. And I mean, and I'm kind of got this graph running in my head where I kind of see the direction of everything going, and I'm trying to kind of explain that to you in a sense of the events that have unfolded thus far. So back in December when Bitcoin started running up per se, there's really been two major run-ups. You could say one was after the Elon Musk purchase of 1.5 billion. Whether that purchase really made the run-up happen or not is kind of up for debate. I don't think it did. I think that was just something that made the price go up. I think that dip was going to occur already, just based on how many new people had onboarded up till that point, that had onboarded either through Ethereum or Bitcoin, or potentially Dogecoin, which is really kind of funny to say. So I guess it kind of goes along with the joke of Dogecoin. I think Dogecoin actually onboarded a lot of people either from Robinhood or, Binance or some of the other exchanges like Gemini. I think Gemini has Doge, that, you could bring some new money on. So, the joke lives on. Dogecoin has really performed if you go back and look at it, at the history of Bitcoin, not based on the US dollar, but based on the Bitcoin price. That was a pretty substantial run up for Dogecoin. And, I can't stress to you enough, it's been the biggest one yet. So Doge to the moon. I don't hold any Dogecoin right now, but I sold all mine at like a little over, I think, $0.015 or something like that. So it's just it's crypto. It's crazy stuff. So prices, where they're at right now and where they're going, right? That's the most interesting part about all this. So what I think you'll start to see is you'll start seeing these downward momentum and upward momentum, very quick shifts for Bitcoin. That is what's going to create the euphoria. That's what's going to weed out the new traders that are coming in that are either experimenting with different means of trading this stuff, or their ideas and their ideology of where this stuff is going. And it's really going to get kind of crazy here soon. I think you're going to start seeing some really big upward shifts from some of the altcoins, not just because I'm wearing a Bitcoin Cash hat. That's not why I say that. Because if you look at Bitcoin Cash is down against Bitcoin probably the most out of any of the major altcoins. I think give me a second. I'm thinking. Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, EOS. NIM, EOS and NIM. I'm glad I went through the list to tell you those, because those are down as well against Bitcoin price. Now NIM and EOS have been around. They're not going anywhere. EOS has one of the largest Korean followings out of any coin. Not to mention it's got an international following as well. But the reason I mention that is I think that you're going to see some very, very, very high returns if you're holding these coins. Just because if you look at the history of Bitcoin and how the altcoins have been performing, like with Doge and a couple of the other ones just recently, Neo has been performing pretty well against Bitcoin. Monero has been going down against Bitcoin. So a lot of times when I try to say these facts on why I think the market's moving in the direction, it has nothing to do with the US dollar. Even though that may be everybody's end goal, to achieve more dollars for whatever reason, that is not my goal. My goal is to achieve wealth. And if you look at some of these altcoins and how they play against Bitcoin, I think there's some opportunity worth maybe doing your own research over. Yeah, I can't stress that enough, because if you look at CoinMarketCap, or you look at any of the sites about the overall, I mean, the market cap of Bitcoin is 922 billion. Okay, just the other day it was a little over $1 trillion, with an overall market cap of a little over 1.5 trillion at 58K Bitcoin. So when it dropped down to under 50, the market was still only a 1.4 trillion, or not only, still a 1.4 trillion dollar market cap. So I follow the market cap as well, because if Bitcoin's dropping down from over $1 trillion to 822 million, or around 800 million, 800 billion, okay? So this is the last couple days, the last 3 days. This is where I'm going with this, okay? So $1.4 trillion market cap, or $1.5 trillion market cap just a few days ago. The altcoins were a little over 500 billion. Bitcoin was a little over $1 trillion, larger than Amazon, huge market cap. So when Bitcoin dropped down to under 50, which is a $10,000 USD drop on Bitcoin, the market cap of Bitcoin was still above 800 billion. The altcoins market cap was virtually untouched, really. It would only dropped like 100 billion. So you're still looking at a $1.5 trillion market cap a couple days ago at 58K Bitcoin USD value, okay? You're looking at an altcoin market that was substantially up on most of the alts. We had $700 plus on Bitcoin Cash. We had, just the altcoin market in general was up, okay? So why that up market was happening at a little over 1.5 trillion, okay? With 1 trillion Bitcoin, 500 billion altcoin. When you take that 10,000 off Bitcoin, following me here? You're now under $50,000 Bitcoin, and the alts are down a lot more. Okay, we're still at 1.4 trillion. So the altcoin market only lost a little over 150 billion, and the Bitcoin only lost a little over 300 billion. And that's a lot of money. I don't want you guys to negate the fact that that's a lot of money, but my point of it is if you're looking at a market cap a little over 1.5 trillion, and you're dropping that market cap to 1.4 trillion, guys, where's the volume going? It's just getting shuffled back around. It's getting shuffled back around to stable coins. It's getting shuffled around to some of these weird alts that I've been seeing jump. I mean, what in the heck is IOS token? What the heck is Xeno token and Bounce token and Phantom? I mean, look at Phantom. What is this coin? I mean, seriously? It's on Binance, DigiFinex, OKX. There's a lot of trading pairs to this. I really don't know a lot about this coin. So, if you guys know something about it, it's on a lot of exchanges with quite a few trading pairs against the Tether, against Bitcoin, against Ethereum, it's against the Korean currency. So, I mean, if you look at the all graph on here, Phantom is, I mean, really, this has performed outstanding. I mean, this is like from a penny to 60 cents. I mean, you're talking about 20, I mean, what kind of gain is that? It's over, 1,000% for sure. It's over much higher than that. It's thousands of percents up just since last year alone. So scary stuff, guys. And I say scary stuff because it just shows you the manipulation of the crypto market. This stuff is not regulated like, the SEC isn't regulating this stuff, even though they're trying to shut down Ripple. That has absolutely nothing to do with the tokens that are currently trading on these exchanges. So what does all that mean? Well, it means that I really do see upside potential in the near term, and it's going to happen very quickly. $100,000 Bitcoin isn't out of reach. $100,000 Bitcoin could happen within less than a month. We could add another $1 trillion market cap, because I'm telling you, this stuff is so manipulated and so just unregulated that these prices can spike, and they might hang out just a little bit of time up. So you might be saying, oh, well, where's the buy? The buys are if Bitcoin continues its rise up, and the altcoins are going to spike quicker than you can even catch them. So if you're not already in your altcoin positions, find those now. I can't stress that enough. Find those now. If you want to set limit orders, do that. If you want to exit some positions, do that. But realize that basically, this thing is about to just really start getting a little weird, and it might happen in the short term weird, or it might happen in the next couple months where it gets weird. It might be summer before we start seeing some pumps, but I think it's coming quick. I really do. I'm gonna pull up the news real quick here because I feel like the conversation's getting a little boring. Crypto news, what are they talking about today? All right, let me just pull up the news here. What's going on news-wise? What's CoinDesk saying? Okay, I'm streaming off my phone here, so it's taking a little time for it to load. 1 million first-time buyers bought Bitcoin on Dorsey's Cash App last month. MicroStrategy Bitcoin stash surpassed USD 4.5 billion, and they want more. Bitcoin ETF war, new Ethereum ETP, Swiss bank goes crypto plus news. Craig Wright sends his lawyers against Bitcoin developers. Okay, I need to read this later because I'm holding a lot of BSV, which is essentially Craig Wright's Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. So I need to look into that a little bit later. I don't want to just read on this thing and just sum it up. But basically, Craig Wright has gone and claimed to be Satoshi. We all know he's not. It'd be very easy for him to say he is. And he is still pushing this thing that he's Satoshi. And why I'm holding his coin isn't because he's the leader, it's because of the community behind the coin. The people behind BSV want to have peer-to-peer electronic cash for the world. They want to be able to send people money anywhere in the world with low fees. That's why I'm holding BSV. It has nothing to do with this jabroni of Craig Wright. Bitcoin Cash, same thing. Roger Ver, total opposite. I like Roger. I think he's a good dude. So, same concept, the community behind it. We want peer-to-peer electronic cash. That is what crypto is. Don't blame miners for the price dip, says analyst. So dumb. 2021 is already here, and Schiff and Musk go into eggplant Twitter meltdown. Yeah, so Schiff is the gold bug dude that's been bad-mouthing crypto for as long as I can remember. Pretty funny because every time there's a debate with it, he has a really good debate, but it's this guy just can't get it, man. He's he's either too old and set in his ways or what, but his arguments are always really cool and really, you almost want to believe him. But then when you look at, everything in the world, the way the world's going, you just got to say, dude, you gotta buy some Bitcoin. Crypto.com aiming to hit 1 million users targets by 223 as CRO surges. Okay, CRO is the blockchain of Monaco. Monaco is the actual token behind Crypto.com. They both are technically. Read more on that. Don't take my word for it. But what I know about Monaco is a Visa paid debit card that's it's live in a few countries like Australia, I think South Africa, and a few others. So you can use this debit card and immediately converts your crypto to fiat wherever you're at on the world. And there's low fees to it. Plus you earn interest back on your crypto if you hold it in your wallet. Monaco has pumped all the way up to over $30. I don't know where it's trading out now. It's way down. That might be worth something to look into for an altcoin position. I think the lockup period for the Monaco tokens has expired. or they have like this annual 6-month lockup term, but you can trade it either way on some exchanges. But it's gone to $30 a few times already, I think twice already. But don't expect it to hang out very high very long. If it is, it's going to be a very quick pump and a very quick down. But CRO is their other token that is created by the developers of Crypto.com, Monaco, Visa payment card. So it's basically another blockchain they created, CRO. I don't know what it handles. I haven't looked into it enough. I lost a little bit of money off Monaco a few years back, so I really don't like to try to follow their current news or whatnot. But CRO has pumped in the last couple weeks, a couple times, pumped a few days ago. So yeah, if you want to gamble a little bit, you want to have a little bit of fun, go that route. Give me a sec. I know something's gonna come good after I text this. I'm just excited. All right, so yeah, so that's just like a little highlight of the news. Bill Gates champions his own digital money, but what is it? Oh no, is Bill Gates making a crypto now? This SOB, are you serious? I don't know, I gotta read this, but I don't wanna bore you guys with just me reading the news you can read on your own, so do your own research. Bitcoin struggles at USD 50K, Ethereum altcoins gain momentum. Well, I don't know if they've really gained momentum, they've just consolidated and they're now running up with Bitcoin again. So you can call that gaining momentum. As everybody knows, Bitcoin and all these cryptos, they don't really follow a technical analysis whatsoever. You have people that try to force the technical analysis on them, but they're always just doing their own thing. Maybe with stocks, guys, but not cryptos. It's really hard to I mean, you can take some general technicals on Bitcoin itself and maybe find a couple things, but the whole short term just gets thrown out the window. Crypto stocks rally as Cathie Wood backing sends Bitcoin above 51,000. So that's the reason. Cathie Wood, I gotta open this one up. This is worth opening up. Cryptocurrency exposed to companies including MicroStrategy and Riot blockchain gained on Wednesday. Yes, they did. Riot stock and MicroStrategy stock both rise. I think MicroStrategy increased a position in Bitcoin the other day. Shares of cryptocurrency exposed companies rose to pre-market trading on Wednesday as Bitcoin climbed back above 51K. The token tumbled as low as 18% on Tuesday, 45,000. So yeah, it went pretty down in the early morning hours on the West Coast here, but has rallied back above 51,000 after ARK Investments boss Cathie Wood told Bloomberg Tuesday evening she remains very positive on Bitcoin and is very happy to see a healthy correction here. Payments company Square's announcement add an additional 170 million of Bitcoin. So Square, I believe, has 5% of all their liquid assets now in Bitcoin. It's pretty impressive because Square, a lot of people use their point of sale device to essentially transact. I've seen it at restaurants, little mom and pop restaurants here and stuff like that. So the fact that you can just do crypto with Square, it's a huge opportunity to kind of see the long-term crypto market going in the direction of payments, user-to-user cash. That's where we're going to onboard probably most of the onboard people that aren't just trying to hold this as a digital asset. Big stuff. Big stuff. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to read any more of that. All right, so yeah. That's pretty much, I'll go into a little bit of the second page. Why Crypto.com skyrocketed today. So that was yesterday. CRO, like I said, pumped. I mean, how many people are trading CRO? Really? I mean, I would say it's mostly their own company trading the stuff back and forth to try to onboard new people. That's what they do. The minute you buy it is the minute it drops. The U.S. government keeps bringing up crypto